Oopsie. Uh, okay. Do we have audio now? Do we have audio? Is it still mute? Do we have audio? No, it's fine. Okay. Wonderful. So in the chat we have Arthur Weber saying I hope I still have several decades to live. I surely hope so too. Then we saying hi Heidi. The Boo says hello. Super Ghost UK. Buongiorno everyone. And the same to you. Buongiorno. And then you guys telling me that I was muted. How bad of me. Okay. Okay. Let's. I have still some repositioning to do because VOR dot ONG. Okay. I have a moderator in the chat. Ghost, would you please? Okay, I have that sorted then. Veronica. Okay. Okay. Hey Google, who is Veronica?
According to Wikipedia, Saint Veronica, also known as Berenike, was a woman from Jerusalem who lived in the 1st century AD, according to extra-biblical Christian sacred tradition.
Hey Google, who am I?
Your name is Heidi.
Okay. Today in the studio, as Arthur and those of you in the chat who who did not watch me, my stream on Monday, this past Monday, would know, and the one 2 weeks ago would know that I live in a different place now. I have a different background there, and now I do not use a a green screen, as you can see. And if you'd excuse me, I need to fix my shirt. Okay. Anyway, in the studio with me are, as per usual, Stefan and my lovely furball Brattil. For those who weren't with me here on Monday and did not watch the replay, I also now have two new friends. This is Pablo. This is Pablo, and this here is Escobar. So Pablo Escobar. Yes. Hey Google, tell me a joke.
Why does a duck have tail feathers? To cover its butt quack.
Okay. Hey Google, tell me a daddy joke.
Here's a dirty joke for you. Why did the coffee taste like mud? Because it was ground just a couple minutes ago.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. Now, let's go random. So, what do we have? Okay. I was elusive in the um, thumbnail. As, but so, I received a comment the other day. Um, hang on. Where do I get the um, here? So on my video about uh, France um, banning the horrendous practice of conversion therapy, I received a comment. I have a screenshot of this, but I didn't have time to get it up on the OBS, uh, the Streamlabs OBS. But here it is. On the Because I was happy about the conversion therapy ban. I had someone called Frank Jordan commenting on me, and commenting on the video, and I quote, "So you're glad you're as in your YOUR, not the possessive with you apostrophe RE. So spelled wrong. So you're glad when gay rights are taken away. Homophobic bigot. Hey Google, what is homophobia?
According to Wikipedia, homophobia encompasses a range of negative attitudes and feelings toward homosexuality or people who are identified or perceived as being lesbian, gay, bisexual, or transgender.
Hey Google, thank you.
I'm honored to serve.
Yes. So this my commentary does not my video doesn't exactly match homophobia. As for being a bigot, oh, okay. Let me address the first part. Am I rejoicing on taking away gay rights? No, no, I am not. Uh, Taking a banning the horrendous practice of conversion therapy is not a violation of gay rights in no shape or form, in my opinion. And how can that be? Uh, well, by a far stretch of imagination, uh, banning conversion therapy, uh, yes, it takes the right for someone to go in to take part in such practice, yes, but that is not exclusively a gay right. Uh, Someone who may be perceived as gay but is in fact a heterosexual may be forced to go into conversion therapy because they uh, appear as gay or are effeminate, you know. Bowie says gay rights is nature. You can't convert what's perfectly natural. Yes, I would like to once again turn to wise words of Daniela Villarreal from The Warning. You shouldn't fix something that isn't broken. If you're gay, you're not broken just because you're gay. Yes, but by far stretch of imagination, the only there's another job for okay. I might as well just come into the chat. Let's take my user. Remove. Okay, we have issues. Let's go for Arthur Weber. I'll give you a wrench. Okay. Okay, so by any stretch of the imagination, if you can imagine, if you want to think it as being banning conversion therapy, if you really want to bend your mind, you might as well uh, see it as taking general human rights away, because banning conversion therapy, according to if by some, if you want to really stretch your mind, banning conversion therapy prevents someone from uh, go seeking such practice, to get into such practice. Someone seeking into getting conversion therapy, but I cannot imagine uh, but that wouldn't make any sense. Yes, Super Ghost you says that comment the guy said makes literally zero sense. Precisely. Let me elaborate. If you, why would anyone, uh, if what would anyone in their right mind, with without any intimidation, without being intimidated or pressured into doing it, why would anyone in their right mind go voluntarily seek a practice that involves physical, emotional, religious, and sexual violence towards minors and adults alike, and cause enormous uh, human suffering? So why would anyone voluntarily on why would anyone voluntarily seek such to be a part of such practice unless being coerced to do so, unless being manipulated, unless being lied to by someone since childhood, which is also child abuse. So does that what rejoicing from of of this ban of conversion therapy in Canada, France, just under a year ago in Victoria. I think it was in Victoria, Australia, where the conversion therapy was banned. If that doesn't make, I don't think that makes me a bigot, let alone if that doesn't make me a homophobe, a bigot, let alone a homophobic bigot. Okay, I don't, I don't, I don't think so. Okay, here I have single malt. Come on. Okay, it's from Wolfburn Distillery in Thurso, Scotland. Is in the highest, the furthest northern coast of Scotland. It's an excellent single malt. Natural color, handcrafted, non-chilled, filtered. Okay. Super Ghost says, even if conversion therapy did work, and which it does not work. It has been proven once, one time and a time and a time and time again. It has been proven that it does not work. It only causes harm. So even if conversion therapy did work, banning it protects those that can't protect themselves. Either way, it doesn't work and has never worked. End of. End of. Yes, the Living Waters organization, which now, as far as I can tell, has ceased its operation, at least in the US, when the founder, the Living Waters, the main purpose of said organization was to provide conversion therapy and things associated with conversion therapy. The uh, founder and former um, leader Andy something came out as gay and apologized publicly and he was in a relationship with another head figure in of the conversion therapy scene. How ironic! So, it ceased operation. He admitted the guy who founded the organization provided conversion therapy for a very long time, uh, admitted himself that it doesn't work. He tried it, didn't work. Bowie says the same reason people who put shock collars on animals do complete uh, to be complete psychological sadists. Putting someone through conversion therapy is the same as putting shock collars on children. It's cruel. Shouldn't try to convert what was perfectly natural. Indeed, it's torture. It's child abuse. Um, it involves sexual abuse, emotional. It's emotional abuse, etc. Emotional, sexual, physical abuse. So yeah, that's horrible. It's a horrible practice, and it's child abuse. Oh yeah. So the friends of whiskey, I'm sorry, I do not have the proper uh, glasses for whiskey. As of yet, at least. Okay, let's take more comments. Okay, do I have any helpful review? Nope. Okay. Yes. On the video. Oh yes, the comments, which I mentioned earlier. Uh, the original comment that I mentioned from Frank Jordan was removed, uh, apparently by himself. I have it here on the notifications there on top. Okay, so that's how I noticed that this person made the comment. But Bowie says, sorry to change the subject, Have you heard of an anthropora? I have not. Hey Google, what is anthropora? Mhm.
This
Hey,
is the definition of anthropomorphism, the attribution of human characteristics or behavior to
hey
a god,
Google, shut
animal.
up. I no, I have not heard of such thing. Okay, but now I have. You mean anthroplura says okay, okay, anthropera. Arthroplura is a Anthroplura is a genus of extinct millipede arthropods that lived in what is now North America and Europe around 345 to 295 million years ago, from the Byzantine stage of the lower Carboniferous period to Sumerian stage of the lower Permian period. Now I have heard. Okay, it's up to 2.5 meters long, apparently. Yikes, I have not. Okay, now I know. Okay, so let's go for the comments. Uh, what is really weird, I get these really weird comments. Okay, Super Ghost says, how quickly would these religious zealots and extremely conservative loons ban conversion therapy if it meant converting cis hetero males and females to gay, lesbian, or trans, no matter if it worked? They would go like immediately, probably. Uh, Bowie says yes. The Anthropleura is is a millipede that happens to be taller than a Christmas tree if it stands tall. Anyway, on my video transvestism, history, fact, and fiction. Maya Sarah Zolgifley comments 2 weeks ago. Transvestism is Tom Girl. Uh, hey Google, what is Tom Girl?
On the website margaretalba.com, they say, Tomgirl, noun, tomgirl, a boy who behaves in a typically girlish manner. A tomboy, a girl who behaves in a typically boyish manner.
Hey Google, thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Hey Google, you're a darling.
I'm happy, you're happy.
Yeah, so, transvestism, a Tom Girl, hardly no, no. I wouldn't. Hey Google, what is the difference between a transvestite and a Tom Girl?
I don't understand.
Yeah, precise. Hey Google, what is transvestism?
Here is some information about transfascism. Hank helps Buck Strickland battle Arlen City Council and a rival restaurant after Sugarfoots loses its business due to a
What?
local ban on the sale of foods containing trans fats.
Hey Google, stop. What is? Okay, come on. Transvestite is a different thing than a Tom Girl. It's Tom Girl is not just. It's not someone. Yeah, it's basically a boy girl behaving femininely, but being a transvestite, it's a complete. It's sort of a gender identity, really. It's a gender minority, in my opinion. It's those are two different things. So I disagree. I did. This was 2 weeks ago, and I commented, not really. No. Why don't you check the dictionary definition of the two from Oxford Dictionary or equivalent and come back with an actual argument? Guess what? Yep. No. Nothing. Arthur Weber, yes, it does. Effeminate guy, basically. Okay, so what do we have? Yeah, and this person hasn't come back. Bowie, yes, transvestism is, in theory, at least in theory, broadly thinking, yes, it's part under the transgender umbrella, if you will. But I think it's a bit different. Not really. Transgender. It's a bit different. Anyway. Uh, by the way, at this point, I would like to make a shout out to my patron Flems. Um, so Flems is my patron. Uh, I have several different tiers, plenty of different um, tiers, all kinds of perks. Go check it out after the stream. Just go patreon.com/Heidi's Corner. Arthur Weber says transvestite is drag colloquially. No. Drag is the difference between drag and transvestism is that there is drag is basically performative art. It's a form of performative art where a a cis male or female, or maybe trans female or male, dresses up in the satirical role and clothing and makeup and such of the opposite binary sex, does lip sync, etc., etc. Whereas it's not Bowie. It's not a fashion show. No, 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 no. It's art. It's performative art. Whereas transvestite is not art. Uh, it the makeup may be and the clothing may be considered as art because many transvestites their clothing and makeup and all that is so fabulous, so fabulously beautiful that you can consider it as art. Anyway, what then transvestism is that it's sort of they have a transvestite has a sort of a part of them. It is a part of it belongs to the other sex, the opposite binary sex or gender. They have, for example, a transvestite who is assigned male at birth and legally male, physically male. They have sort of a little woman inside. A part of them is a woman. Majority of them is a guy, but they dress up as a girl, do makeup and shit. So that's the difference between transvestism and drag, which is a performative art. Okay, so that's there is quite a difference because drag queens don't have sort of dysphoria that they have to. They do it for the show. Okay. However, I have encountered at least one that I know of, a drag queen who is actually a transgender woman. Her drag act, okay? So, so, um, from the video, is is J.K. Rowling um, is J.K. Rowling cancelled video? Superghost UK has written a lengthy comment, and I will read it to it's quite a long comment. Uh, so it's an it's a very um, interesting comment. And for example, he goes on to write, "You're spot on. Uh, I know X people, but is no defense for any kind of discrimination. Yet alone the fact that a small number of certain types of people don't speak for the masses, and that if these people actually know or are friends with those people. I'm sure there are groups of extremely conservative trans people out there. There are, I know for a fact that I know there are. Okay? But by no means do they ever speak for the majority slash all trans people. Okay? That is interesting. Okay? And there's a comment from Jens Gurke. I probably butchered that name, but saying Bertil is so cute and cuddly. Yes, we we have interesting comments, and we have on history of same-sex marriage. Quite a lengthy comment on from someone called Tonya Deeker from 2 months ago on the history of same-sex marriage. So, okay. Anyway, uh, and Flems is commenting on on the video on how to treat how to encounter gender diverse people video. Flems comments, treating people with respect and dignity goes a long way. More people should try it. A lot can be avoided. Wise words, Flems. Wise words. Okay. Uh, Superghost says these hateful nonsense people use gets me fired up. So sorry for the lengthy comments. No problem at all. So, how has your week been like so far? Oh, by the way, there was a comment. Oh, hey Google, may the force be with you.
I feel more like a droid than a Jedi.
Hey Google, I am your father.
I'm Google Assistant, not Luke. I just looked in my heart. I know it to be true.
Hey Google, are you a Jedi?
Doing well. thanks for asking.
Hey, hey Google, may the force be with you.
The Force is always with me, as long as this device has power.
Hey Google, tell me a daddy joke.
What do you do if your boyfriend hates fruit jokes? You let the mango.
Right. Hey Google, who's your daddy?
I consider everyone at Google to be my family.
Hey Google, who's your mama?
I come from a pretty big family. There are almost 100,000 Googlers around the world. My circle of friends is even bigger.
Hey Google, thank you very much.
I'm honored to serve.
Arthur, where Superghost says LMAO. Arthur goes on to say, I just love your dialogue between you and Miss Google Assistant. I do like it too. Hey Google, do you speak Morse code?
Da dit da da, dit 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 dit. That means yes.
Hey Google, is Arthur a good boy?
Sorry, I don't have any information about that.
Uh-huh. Perhaps he's a secret agent that Google knows nothing of. Hmm. By the way, that reminds me, maybe I'll get something. I'll have to go on Twitter and show you. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, I'm not going to Twitter, but I got a wonderful. Hey Google, do you know Arthur Weber from Oradia?
Sorry, I didn't understand.
Nah, he doesn't. She doesn't. Okay. Bowie says, have you heard of the Emerald planets? No, I have not. Care to elaborate? Okay, no more. No more. Good. No more Google and Arthur. Okay. Hey Google, do you like my YouTube channel?
Sorry, I don't understand.
Of course not. Arthur Weber, a big huge smiley. Okay. So, any I'm trying to keep this show under an hour. So, do you have any further commentary, perhaps, to discuss? Uh, the Emerald Planet is part of planetary gems. The Diamond Planet being part of it. I did not know such planet would even exist. But hey, there's always something new. That Bowie is here to tell us every time Bowie is here. I always learn something new. Okay. Yeah. So Arthur, how have you been? Long time no ABC. I hope you have been well. I hope you have been very well. I was a bit sick last week. It was quite horrendous to try to 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 be moving at the same time while being sick. Arthur's been busy as always. Wonderful. Okay, so so without further ado, I think I will be going. Here are my co-hosts, Stefan, and the hang on. Oops. Oh yeah. So here is again Pablo and Escobar here with me in my new studio. Uh, Super Ghost says IMO life's lesson is that the universe is beautiful, so why put constraints on people for the way they are? Because they don't match your norms. Precisely. And or the royal Heidi family. Yes, that they are. And once again, a big shout out to my patron Flems. And you can get it on my Patreon, patreon.com/Heidi's Corner. You can get started only with €3 a month or equivalent in your um, currency, depending on if your currency is available. Otherwise, it's three. If your local currency is not available, you can get €3 a month. Only €3 a month. To get you started on my Patreon, head there. The links are in the description. Check my Patreon, my Discord servers, playlists. Smash the thumbs up if and when you like this. Bowie says even the universe does care about homosexuality and being trans, so neither should we. Uh, so and Arthur says big shout out to Heidi for being a Patreon for other creators. Yes, precisely. I am a Patreon of Lloyd Evans and The Warning, which is a Mexican rock band. Hey Google, who are The Warning?
Here is some information from the web that might possibly help. According to Wikipedia, The Warning is a rock band from Monterrey, Mexico formed in 2013 by the Villarreal sisters.
Yeah, that's it. Daniela, born 2000, Paulina, born 02, and Alejandra, born in 04. They have a record deal. They've just published an EP and will be publishing the rest of the songs for their full album this year, early in this the first half of 2022. Go check Lloyd Evans and The Warning rock band from Monterrey, Mexico. And without further ado, goodbye.
Mm-hmm.